Story 1. Hey. It's such a tough pill to swallow. I found out my wife has been having an affair with her ex-boss for the past year. I'm 35. My wife is 36 and her boss is in his late 50s. I found out from his wife, who messaged me when I was out doing a side job. They were going to meet up that day. We have 2 kids as well. I really do love my wife. She is my best friend. Her and I have such a deep connection that this is all so hard to deal with. She has now cut off all communication with him, blocking numbers, etc. When I asked her about the intimacy, she said it started about 6 months ago, and was happening once about every 3 weeks. I'm so lost. I'm crushed, broken-hearted. I took the rest of the week off work. I need to find someone to talk to right away. I just don't know what to do. I spent the other night in a hotel room, and now in our house, sleeping in separate beds and trying to coexist with each other for our kids. I've been asking her all the questions that come to my head. This is all over the place. I'm scared to be without her. I know I will not know what to do right now, and I need to keep pushing through. She has a very special place in my heart. If you were to ask any of our friends about our relationship, they would say that those are goals they would like to have with their own. I've felt so deeply connected with her for so long. Ugh. You know, most people's first instinct is divorce and separation, but it wasn't mine. I dunno, maybe I sound foolish that I didn't think that. Any advice will be great. No matter what you think right now, it is not foolish, it is okay. I am very sorry that you found yourself in this position. First of all, take a breather and take your time. You don't need to make a decision right away, and should only make a decision once you understood the situation she put you in and what that all means for the future. All the things that you wrote about your connection to her and your feelings for her are only one-sided. She doesn't feel the same. She wanted this affair more than your marriage. She knew that it could destroy your marriage if you find out, and made a decision that having this affair is more important to her. Understand that first. Don't start to fight for her or run after her. She made a decision to leave you. If she wants you back, then she has to fight for you, not the other way around. First of all, do all the necessary things. She and you have to get tested for STIs right away. Who knows how many affairs that dude had, or if this was your wife's first affair. Remember, if his wife wouldn't have told you, then she would have never come clean. She only confessed to what you already know. There are still things you don't know about, be sure of that. So get tested for STIs. Better safe than sorry. Then find a friend or 2, tell them what happened and ask for support. Meet with a lawyer and find out what a divorce would look like for you. To make a decision about your future, you need to know what each option would look like. So go to a lawyer. Tell her to create a timeline about her affair for you. She has to write everything down. Every time they met, every lie she told you, how much money she spent on her affair, have they talked about you? Everything has to be written down. Tell her that if she lies or leaves anything out, you are done with her. Also tell her that when she gives you the timeline, you will make her do a polygraph to confirm if what she wrote is everything, and if this was the only time she cheated. She has to give you full access to her phone, and she has to show you all messages they exchanged. If she deleted them already, then she either has to find a way to restore them, or you have to assume the worst possible scenario you can imagine and assume that they wrote exactly that to each other. Those points are non-negotiable. If she wants to argue about them, then tell her where the door is and that she can leave anytime, just like she did each time when she went out to have sex with her AP. If you should still entertain the idea to save this marriage, then you have to be willed to lose it. Then take your time again. Think about what you want. Do you want to walk this long road of reconciliation, knowing that you will never again trust her like you did before, and that you can never again look at her and see the woman you saw before? Reconciliation doesn't mean to get back what you had before. That is gone and will never return. She destroyed that. Reconciliation means to find out if you want to spend your life with the woman she is now and everything you know about her now. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. Well said, and great advice. Great advice. If I were to add one thing, then OP, set your mind into proper place. You thought you had a deep connection to your wife. You thought it was a great relationship. Sure, sound like I'm splitting hair, But putting it in the right setting helps you to cope, helps you to not add more pain and grief over the loss you're suffering. The marriage as you knew is gone. So quick and simple. Don't do the pick-me dance. Don't shop for pain. Look deep into your soul and ask yourself, can I forget the mind movies I've now from the infidelity my wife has brought on to me? That she actively betrayed me, lied to my face for 1 year, that she actively cheated on me for 6 months? If you can answer that with a yes, and trust me, you will look at that question more than 1,000 times, then stay in the separate bedroom for a bit, cool down and see if your wife is truly remorseful. And try to build a new relationship. You deserve more, and as sure as hell, forget the pedestal your wife stood on, she ain't a saint anymore. Also insist on a DNA test for the kids even if you are sure they are yours. She needs to know your faith in her truthfulness is completely shattered and you cannot take her word for anything. Great advice here. OP is reeling right now and he needs to get to a good counselor stat. He also will, at some point, have to come to grips with the fact that his wife has indelibly proven one thing and one thing only at this point in their relationship, that she has zero problem lying right to his face. OP also needs to insist on a professional polygraph examination to identify how many times his wife has strayed throughout their relationship. People are cheaters or they're not, she is. I'm so sorry for OP's wholly undeserved heartache, his wife is despicable. That's a tough predicament you're in. Your wife made a decision to cheat and the fault is 100% hers and her affair partner. You have nothing to do with it. First thing you do is have yourself STI tested. You might want to DNA test your kids just to be sure. This may not be her first affair. She only admitted to the affair because she got caught, so there might be more that you don't know. She was able to hide the affair for a long time while she's right there sleeping on the same bed with you. I know you love her, but you should also show her your tough side. She already stepped out of marriage by cheating, which is also lying. She lied to your face for so long that you never know if she's telling the truth or not. There might also be burner phones that they may be using for their communications. Some other affair even survive after being found out by having a schedule for themselves. For example, they meet every Wednesday on the same time. So even if they don't talk or message each other, they still have a way to continue their illicit love affair. If you're willing to work it out with her, you should also be willing to show that you're going to walk away for any sign of misstep on her side. You should ask for a timeline of their affair, if it's her only affair or if she might have other affairs from the past that you need to know. Written timeline should be given to you and you need to review and compare it against polygraph tests if possible. You also need to see her send out a no-contact message, text and emails to her affair partner just to be sure that she's willing to work it out. She should also provide open access to all her devices. You need to know all her locations at all times. She should give her 100% effort for things to work out since she's the one who stepped out of marriage. I always say this to the betrayed spouse. If you're willing to fix your marriage, you should also be willing to destroy it first, since your marriage has already been destroyed. It's gone the moment she stepped out of it. Your marriage has already been in shambles the moment she shared herself with another man who is not her husband. Think about it. Really sorry that you are going through this. OP. Whatever happens now, your lives, you, your children's, your wife's, will never be the same ever again. They have robbed you of that and have irrevocably tainted what should have been your golden years. You should be aware that you cannot believe anything that you see and hear from your wife. Them being found out suddenly and with no warning will be like a child having had its favorite toy snatched from its grasp. She and her boss have a special cheating bond way over and above their respective marriages. That doesn't just go away. They will communicate. They will lie low. Try to repair things with their so's. Try to get things back on an even keel. But they are not finished. If you believe nothing else, believe that. Avoid doing the pick-me dance. Google it. Avoid the hysterical bonding that she might throw your way. She must feel the full consequences of her actions. She has not made a mistake here. OP. That would be putting diesel in the car instead of petrol. No. She made a series of conscious decisions that put her needs and those of her boss over and above you, your marriage and your family. Take your time. Stop communicating with her. You are giving her the opportunity to gaslight you. You need to put the 180 in place until you are recovered sufficiently to be able to think clearly and make decisions which are not based on your current raw emotions. You are going to have to be very, very strong. But you can and will do this. Good luck! Right now, the most important person in this situation is you. You gotta take care of yourself first and foremost. I agree with the last commenter saying you have to take your time to heal and process things so you can think clearly and make the right decisions afterwards. Right now, just accept what you are feeling. It's okay to feel sad and heartbroken. Then try to indulge yourself with your favorite activities. Try to unwind. As they said, it was never your fault your wife cheated on you. What she chose to do has nothing to do with you. So never ever blame yourself. Seek help from a therapist from the trauma and pain she inflicted on you. Whatever your decision will be. Hope everything goes well for you in the end. Wish you all the best in life. Worldwide comments of the day. Gifted her one of his late mother's bracelets. Why would you gift heirlooms to friends you've known for less than 10 years? What the hell? Edit. Oh. In the early part of the first story, it doesn't matter if the husband is physically cheating or not. OP is second place in his life. I'd have dumped him then if he didn't drop the friendship. Don't set your nephew up with her. You'd be setting your nephew up with a cheater, and that would likely damage your relationship with him. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.